Hello and welcome to my final presentation on Minesweeper. So, I'm just going to demonstrate in portions because it doesn't work entirely, which is one of my challenges of this project. So, I'm going to demonstrate the score screen, which is when you press from file, it goes from file. It iterates a lot of times. Jingle fit. Because it's only what, 5, it rates probably twice as much, which will probably be from each stats in score. So there's probably 5 stored in there, or 2 plus stored in there. But other than that, it works. Got the clear button, clear the text field, save. But it's not saving correctly. It's part of the write alt text to file path, which is the player stats.txt. And then this line, which it should work. Probably I need to rebuild it. Build, start, from file, save to file, save to file. It doesn't work. But, so that's what I got for that one. New game closes because I commented out the forms because it was complaining about an exception thrown. Let me see. Let me see if I could get that exception thrown for you for the. I get some overflow exception thrown. So yeah, I can't make that work. It was working before. Don't know what happened. Board class, change it up. The cell class won't work. Let's comment it out. There's something wrong. I'm building a totally new solution for this one. And I'm still getting some similar errors. So this one, let's see if I can compile the program. F1. Let's see if it runs. So we got this. Nothing. I don't have this linked to anything in the code because they can't really communicate. My forms don't like to work with each other right now. You just select radio button for difficulty. I got this loading. Question marks on everything. So I got that going. Timer doesn't work because when I was testing, it was just bugging out and everything on the forms at least. For this one, I believe I was getting an exception when clicking a button. It's popping up. The score screen takes you to this one. New game. I don't know why I complain about what should I call it? The file one.show, the form one.show. Maybe it's trading since there's already another form created. Probably close this one because I think it hides it when switching. Or do I do this.close on it? Start putting this.hide. Or this.close. See, that works. This.close. But overall, the project was pretty interesting. It's fun. Just a lot of some compile errors. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't want to work for me. Now this one doesn't want to work. That's why I probably did that. So I'll just comment that out. But that's working. Oh. would instantly close it beforehand. That's why I put hide. But yeah, okay. Score screen, I make that visible when this loads, but I was gonna put something check endgame. When endgame appears, the button will make visible on it. So other than that, so demonstrate the game. The game's kind of broken. I got like 3 solutions for this project. I think this one. Okay, stop the program. This one right here, I think is the majority of it is working. Well, kind of working. This one. Oh yeah, it doesn't want to do anything. But it's weird because how my other projects, the other solutions, there's similar aspects of it. It's probably just other projects like assignments. There's no arrays, which probably is causing majority of the errors. Is array handling, I guess. Like for form 1, I think I just hard coded the board, and it still complained that it was null exception, I believe, when I was clicking. And then with the button click, I think it was also complaining about null references, which I don't understand because it's filled with button array already. Like the array has buttons in it, and they're all differently named. So that was a challenge. Couldn't get rid of that one resolved. The other ones I got resolved just by calling out codes, but it's pretty difficult to. I tried googling it, and then the little research, nothing really helped it. It just I put some try catches in there, and then the catch was stuck in an infinite loop. When there's like a null exception, or like I had in my previous projects or milestones, I had these as int variables, and I was doing int parse, and then it was complaining about not the correct string, I believe, not the correct version. And then when I coded into the string, it was like an object reference error. So yeah, I was complaining about the int value not being correct because there's apostrophes in there and stuff like question marks. My int parse usually works on other solutions. I keep on creating new solutions. So my recursion. So I did some more research on that, and I didn't really change the logic because I couldn't really test it out to see how it went. But let me see if I can find that recursion. The comments. It's part of my flood fill. Yeah, where is it? Right here. Flood filled. So if it's blank in the board, so there's no bomb, it'll check all around it if there's no blanks. If any of those are bombs, it will come back as if any of those are blank, it's true. If they're a bomb, it's gonna be false, and then it's gonna be tracking back, and then it should put a number. I didn't put a number value in on the cell itself, but it should populate the button text with like how much bombs are around it, and then flag the bomb. At least when everything around it is going to be is open, to be put a flag on that. But that's the logic of that. So just call itself by the rows in the cell. So check let's just increment. So it'll be like flood fill and +1, +1. So it goes diagonally, I believe. It's one x1 and y1, so diagonally up, which might cause an error when testing, but it should. I could probably do it by just having check the row and column, and then have this what do we call it? Have it similar to this. Check all directions. So it'll be let's have like 0, 0, and then it'll be check 0, and then plus, not -1, -1. Yeah, no, -1, 0, -1. So it'll be 0, -1, and then it's going to be 1, and then 0. So it should do that. I could have it that way, but I'll have to test it, and it was never compiling to test. But other than that, the assignment was, what I learned was how to just format everything, and how arrays can be somewhat difficult to deal with when there's null and exceptions being thrown. So you always have to have a try catch for the program not to just instantly crash. Just have some testable moments instead of commenting out every single code. Comment more, yeah. Just sometimes I just don't comment because a little hurry, or just coding by myself, since I don't really look back onto the projects. But in the future, I will probably just comment more, since sometimes in a week you might just forget what the code even does if it's complex with a bunch of indentations. So yeah, well, that is my project, and thank you for everything, and I hope, yeah, I get you as a professor again, since I'm gonna be in school for probably like 2 more years. Yeah. So thank you for everything, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.